Hi everyone, I'm Ferd and welcome to my video. This video I'm putting a casting deck on a 13-foot fishing boat. Fishing boat almost went to the salvage yard. If you watch the other videos you might see why. I was having trouble with too much weight in the back of it, and I needed to add some weight up into the bow to kind of balance things out. And I thought, what would be better than a casting deck? I'm going to bundle up a bunch of my skills and try to put a deck up in the front of this boat. Watch the video and maybe it'll give you inspiration to do the same thing to yours. Thank you for watching. I'm going to have another floor like right here to go to the back of this. I'm thinking about taking this off. I'm telling you, I'm in the thinking stage right now. If I want to put a trolling motor on it, most of the mounts you need, I think, 19 inches. So if I come across it this way, I've got 2 feet. This is just a leftover piece of board. I'm trying to use everything that I already have to do this with. Let me think about this. As soon as I get started on it, I'll flip the camera back on and you'll see everything that I'm going to do here to transform this area of the boat into something a little more usable and to be able to balance the boat out a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna see if I can get this thing off of here. What I want to do is draw me a line across that. I'm going to take this and just pull it on there and scratch that paint with it. This side of the boat to this side is 4 feet. I measured up 11.5 inches, and it's 44 inches from there to there, 19 inches, and I measured 40.5 inches across. I measured up 25 inches, 36 inches, 30.5, so on and so on and so on. I'm going to cut me out a piece of cardboard and see if I can't get close to that curve that I've got here on the bow and try to get me a pattern laid out before I cut that plywood. Okay, here's my cardboard. It's 4 foot wide and it's not quite 41 inches, so I'm only going to get 3/4 of the way there. Anyway, on my measurements, came up 11.25. I'm going to need 44.25 this way, 19, 25, 30, and 35. With my width measurements. So we'll go with this first one. I actually need to mark my heights on both sides so I kind of get straight across. Okay, I got 44.25. I need 22.1/8 on each side of it. So if I bring this in 22.1/8, 22.1/8 would be right here. And then on the other side, 22.1/8 would be right here. 20.25. Up here I need 36. 30.5. And the last one I got up there is 23. Now I got this really thin strip of wood. What I'm going to do, I've got it clamped down there at that end, and I'm going to bend this thing and try to line it up as close as I can to all of those marks. And that looks like that's pretty darn close to them. Close to the shape that I'm wanting right there. So let me get that other side and then I'll cut this out. See how it fits. All right, let's go see what we got. That's pretty close. That's pretty damn close. That's my pattern for my plywood. That is dead on the money. Fits pretty good. It's got a little bow in it. Up here in the front, I'm gonna have to put a little angle around the outside edge of it to let it lay down there, but other than that, that looks good. Now I've got an idea of what I'm wanting to do here, but I don't have a plan. So I'm kind of making things up as I go along. I know that up here in the front, you can see I've got this square tubing. It's laying flat on those two, and that kind of represents the bottom of the plywood where it's going to lay. And I've got this bracket that I made up here. I'm going to rivet through the hull on this side and down through this side here. And that platform is going to lay on top of it. It took a while to get these angles and get them to where they would fit. It was a process, but I got it. So I'm gonna go ahead and drill this thing and rivet it to the bow up there, and then I'll go from there and see what I'm gonna do. I got two of my holes drilled already, here and there. I put this down here and just marked them with dots with the magic marker. Let me try these first two and see if I've got a fit. If I do, I'll pop them in there and then drill the other two out. Okay, that one's in there. There it went. Guess I could have prepared myself a little bit better. Oh yeah. Yeah, that feels good. My plywood's starting to warp on me a little bit, but once I get that thing all bolted down, I should be okay. This is my next step. I want to get this on here, see where that lands, then work on cutting some hatches out to be able to get down inside of it. All right, let's see what we got now. That's a good fit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these screws back out of it. I'm going to re-drill those holes, and I'm going to put plugs in there, some wooden dowels. want a 1/2 inch lip on the other side, which would be the top of it looking down, that's going to catch the hatch when it closes. That way you'll actually be able to stand on it without pushing it through. So I've got 1.5 inch strips of aluminum. They're hanging over this side here 1/2 inch. There's going to be a hinge here, so I don't need one there. But they're going to be hanging over the edge 1/2 inch. And then I've got this 1x1 that I'm going to bolt down to it. It's going to tighten it down enough to where it's solid. This side, I've still got a few more bolts I want to run through from the other side. And also with this, where my top was wanting to bow with these holes, it added some extra support for it. There's no sense in doing all that hard work and putting that new casting deck or whatever you want to call it in there with all that shitty paint that's on there. So I've sanded it down the best I could. I'm not going down to the frickin' metal with it and make it, like I said before, it's not going to be a showboat. But I put about 1 gallon of water in a bucket and used a little bit of Dawn soap. Wiped it all down real good. But I'm focused on this area up here right now. And I'm going to prime back into there and paint that far back, and then maybe later on down the road I'll start doing some things from there on back. I've got it wiped down, took a tack rag, went around, I've tacked it real good. It's nice and smooth. It's going to look a little rough, but you won't see it because of the flat paint I'm putting on it. I'm going to drink my coffee, and then I'm going to go in here and put some primer on it, let that dry. Then I'm going to get out the magic roller and roll some of the same color you see on the outside on it. Then I can put my deck in it. All right, let's put the deck in it. Hopefully everything goes okay. I got this secured. I got a bolt up here in the front. Goes through to that angle that I had mounted up there in the very front. And then down here on this end, where I had that 2x4 board that I cut down and put the slot in and slid it in with that L, I've got some screws that go this way into that board, securing it to this down here. So it's pretty solid. I've already kind of put this thing together, but you can see I've got angle on the back of the face of it, and I've got it screwed to the top. And then I've got some pre-drilled holes here where I'm going to screw it down to the deck. And then I've got some holes pre-drilled up here where I'm going to try to get in there and screw it from that side to hold it down. So this is ready to go on there. Hopefully it fits. I haven't tried it yet, but it sure looks like it. Okay, let me get this thing bolted down. Okay, here it is. I've got a little bit of storage up in here, not much, but there is access for electric if you want a trolling motor, navigation light. You can get into it through here. The battery's going to go down inside here where the seat used to be. And then I've got this big old compartment up here for the anchor, all the ropes, anything else heavy that I could throw up in there. Turned out pretty good. Well, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good information out of it. Hit that like button and spread the word. Subscribe to my channel. I got a lot of videos up there and I got a lot more coming. Hit that notification bell and you'll get notified as soon as I put them up there. When it comes to boat safety, I'm real serious about it. If this is something that you think may make your boat unsafe, I don't recommend you doing it. But when you're boating, Take all the safety precautions you can, have all the safety devices on your boat, wear your life jacket, and have fun. Thank you for watching.